Justin Turner now available. First question's from Alanna Rizzo. Go ahead.
Hi, Justin. Did you get the sense that today felt a bit differently?
No, not really. I feel like it's another opportunity to show up at the park and prepare and find a way to win a ball game.
Was it difficult to have an off day yesterday, coming off, the momentum of Game 5?
I guess yes and no. You feel good after Game 5 and kind of want to roll into it, but also get an extra day to regroup and recover and prepare for tonight.
How much satisfaction is there knowing you have 2 chances to win 1 game?
We're not worried about the second chance. We're just worried about tonight. Try to figure out a way to do everything we can to win a ball game tonight.
Tony Gonsolin had such a strong regular season. His postseason number is not necessarily indicative of what he did in the regular season, but he also hasn't been on a regular schedule until tonight. How much confidence do you guys have in him taking the ball?
Yeah, exactly. He's been in kind of a weird role, I guess in the division series, sweeping the Padres kind of in a weird way, messed with his schedule because I think he was tabbed to pitch Game 4 and then he had an extended layoff and then used as the opener and out of the bullpen and whatnot. So it's definitely been different for him and excited to have him back on full rest and taking the ball tonight with this opportunity.
Thank you.
Next question's from Dave Vassay. Go ahead.
Hey, Justin. I was just curious from your perspective, do you feel like having lineup continuity has helped the offense during the postseason?
I think it's nice to show up every day and pretty much know where you're hitting in the lineup for the most part. And the guys that are interchanging and switching in and out kind of have a good idea of when they're going to be in there and when they're not going to be in there as well. So, that's nice to know. And I'm assuming you're referring to, like in 18 when it almost seemed like we had 2 different lineups running out there. So I think the guys feel confident knowing that they're going to be in there every day. And it definitely helps, getting the at-bats underneath your belt, whether you're facing right or left, and then going the next day.
Thank you.
Next question's from Dylan Hernandez. Go ahead.
Hey, Justin, I know spring training kind of feels like forever ago, but, after you guys kind of addressed the Astros stuff initially, obviously we haven't heard you guys talk about it much. And I'm just kind of wondering, has it really been something you guys just put behind you? Has it become a rallying point at all? Has it been a silent motivator at all, throughout this run?
We're focused on the Rays right now. And, they're the ones in the other dugout. They're the team that we have to compete against, and they're the ones that we have to find a way to win a ball game against. So they're the only team in the major leagues that we're concerned about other than ourselves, obviously.
Next question from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead.
Yeah, Justin, back at the start of the season, there was a lot of talk about the legitimacy of a champion from a 60-game season. We're not hearing that very much anymore. Do you think the postseason has been so competitive and satisfying that it's put that to rest?
Yeah, I think I talked about this before, and in a lot of ways, it's been more challenging, obviously, with the expanded postseason and the best of 3 wild card round, which presents a lot of challenges that obviously weren't there before. The 60-game short season, so not as many guys, have as many at-bats under their belt or innings under their belt. So there's a lot of things that go into this that you can make an argument to say, it might be even more difficult. But obviously, we understand that it's a different season, and that was one of the first things we talked about when we got back together was, look, no matter how many games we play, no matter what the postseason looks like, if there's a championship to be won, we're gonna go after that and do everything in our power to bring it home.
If this is, the journey that you had to take to get a championship this year, how does it compare to the journey of 162 games in a quote unquote normal year?
Well, to be candid, we haven't won a championship in either one yet, so I'm not really sure how to answer that question.
Thank you.
Next question from Ken Davidoff. Go ahead.
Justin, I know you've spoken about you didn't aspire to improve your launch angle. Launch angle was byproduct of what you do. Just wondering, do you check launch angles to confirm that what you're doing is right, or to the staff present them to you, or anything as a part of your your daily conversation about how you're doing?
I mean, I think the misconception about launch angle is that you have to hit the ball high in the air, and that's not something that I'm worried about. I'm trying not to hit ground balls. Low line drives are count as air balls, and then you can work your way up from there. So everyone, when they talk about launch angle, talks about hitting the ball, a mile high in the air, and that's just not the case. I talk more about matching my swing plane to the pitch plane, and just trying to stay off the ground. And everyone has their own interpretation of it or definition of it, but that's mine.
Next question from Tyler Kepner. Go ahead.
Yeah, Justin, you guys have been at this ballpark for quite a while now. You've made it seem a lot smaller than I guess it did during the season. How comfortable has this place been for you, and what do you like about the Globe Life Field?
Well, it's definitely not small, I'll tell you that. We have hit some home runs, but you definitely have to hit it for it to get out of here. And we have played a lot of games here, and we are pretty familiar with it. And it's no Dodger Stadium. It's not our home park. But, so far we've done a pretty good job here.
We got time for one more. Go ahead, Jorge.
Hey, Justin, as someone who's from Los Angeles, obviously being isolated here in the bubble, in particular over the last 24, 36 hours, how much have you heard from family and friends from back home? And have you gotten the sense of, how excited people back in LA are?
Yeah, I think everyone's excited for this opportunity. Obviously, in this position that we are now, lots of messages and social media from fans, friends, family, just letting us feel their support and letting us know that they're behind us all the way, even though we're out here in Texas and a lot of them aren't able to make the trip to support us in person.
Thank you.